All right, now these California fires have turned deadly. I don't know the current number that they're going with. I know there's more than at least 5 people that have perished in these fires that have been burning out of control, and this thing has been completely mismanaged. And so this was an embarrassment for the country, what Joe Biden did yesterday. And I'm sure you guys have seen this clip probably on every single radio, podcast, show, or on every social media. But what this guy did was completely a slap in the face to all of these people, 200,000 plus people that have been evacuated from their homes, thousands of people that have lost everything in their life. And here's the press briefing that Joe Biden, he doesn't take any questions. And this is what this guy has the gall to talk about his own personal life in a positive way was disgusting. Take a listen to this clip.
There's a baby still standing, I'm not sure. But the good news is I'm a great-grandfather as of today. I was granddaughter. Then baby girl, baby boy. So I remember this day for a while. Long reasons.
Tone deaf is what that was. And you see Gavin Newsom standing there giving them a clap. Oh, they're all smiles. Imagine this. People lost everything that they have, and you're talking about, oh, and on the good news, I became a great-grandpa today. Who gives a shit, Joe? I mean, the only thing that would have been more insulting is if you would have said, like, hey, you know what we named my great-grandbaby? We named him Blaze. That's just because he was born during the fires of California. Or maybe it's a girl. We called her Ember, right? Look, I'm a great-grandpa now. Who cares? And then on the same day, we learn that he's given another $500 million to Ukraine. It almost seems like this guy just hates you and this country. On your way out the door, people just lost everything they own. You're like, oh, guess what? I know you just lost everything you worked for. You might have lost your pets. You lost all your personal belongings. But guess what? Good news. I'm a great-grandpa. You couldn't be more tone deaf. And then there's Gavin Newsom. You think Gavin Newsom would have the balls to say, hey, Mr. President, now's not the time for that. Stand up for the people. We know you don't want to do that because Gavin Newsom has let his country, his state, go to shit. But it's infuriating. Listen, I'm not even out there in California, nor would I ever want to be out in California. But it's insulting to me. I'm like, how could you do this while Americans are suffering right now out there? And you're there in California and you're going to talk about that? And you have at least 5 people confirmed to be dead? I thought it was a big miss, which is a history of misses in this Joe Biden administration that's been a complete and utter embarrassment and failure to our country. And January 20th can't get here fast enough, and we are only 11 days away from Donald Trump finally getting inaugurated. It seems like it's taken forever to get here, but more on the fire here, right? So here's what you got to love. Let me pull this up for you guys. You got people like Bernie Sanders and other Democrats, but I'll key up on Bernie Sanders here, who posts this on Twitter. 80,000 people told to evacuate. This is before the numbers grew here, right? So he puts 80,000 people told to evacuate. Blazes, 0% contained. 8 months since the area has seen rain. Lie. The scale of the damage and loss is unimaginable. Climate change is real, not a hoax, in quotation marks. Donald Trump must treat this like the existential threat or crisis that it is. Here you go in a town, in a state where the governor is a Democrat, Gavin Newsom. The president of the United States is a Democrat with Joe Biden. The mayor of L.A., this Karen Bass, is a Democrat. So it's Democrats all along the board. And who do they blame? They blame Donald Trump. They blame climate change, climate hoax, climate crisis. That's what they come up with. When in fact, it was them who mismanaged every single aspect of this whole. How do you run out of water when you live next to the Pacific Ocean? You're a coastal state and you run out of water? This almost seems like something that would be in a comedy film. But there's nothing funny about it because people lost everything. And then you have the Los Angeles Fire Department, or what should we say, the Los Angeles Fire DEI-Partment, because all they seem to care about is diversity. Our key thing is diversity. They had their first female LGBTQ chief. Isn't that great news? Oh, that's wonderful. We have an LGBTQ chief, and we have no water in the fire hydrant. So let's celebrate this. And also, too, they have all these other things where it's like they made it a priority to hire more minorities. This was from the NPR. This is last year. Listen to this. Firefighting is mostly white and male. A California program aims to change that. And they did. Here's the leadership of the LA Fire Department, right? We got a lesbian. Yay! Can we fight the fire? Can we put the fire out? No, we can't do that because why? Well, let's take a look at what the police chief, what the mayor did. The mayor, who, by the way, was in Africa when this whole thing was going on, because we need to be over in Africa, not here in the United States. L.A. Mayor Karen Bass cut fire department funding by $17.6 million just months before the wildfires turned the city into a hellscape. That's from the New York Post. So the mayor, Karen Bass, cuts all the funding from the fire department. But you know what? We got a lesbian fire chief. So we have progress. That's all that matters. These people are sick in the head. And if you vote for Democrats, you are sick in the head because these people don't care about you. Now, what was sad was you see the suffering that was going on by people. And again, you think it wouldn't matter which side of the aisle you were on. Here's James Woods, who was live tweeting about this while he was evacuating his home. And so you got a chance to see his house, and he put his vantage point of the fire up, notified a lot of people. One of the problems was a lot of people weren't getting notified that they were supposed to evacuate. James Woods was on CNN, and this guy was in tears because his niece offered him her piggy bank, and it was just, you can imagine, like, this guy, he's got a lifetime worth of memories in his home that just went up in smoke. Here's the clip.
I said, oh my God, we're up in the hills here. And we got to walk out? I'm 77 years old, man. I can't walk up these hills. It's like Mount Everest here. It's like, pretty steep. So, it's just, I posted this on X, but Sarah was on with her 8-year-old niece last night. And she came out. I'm sorry. Just, one day you're swimming in the pool and the next day it's all gone. But she came out with her little Yeti piggy bank for us to rebuild our house.
Oh my gosh, James Woods.
This would affect me the same if it was Tom Hanks that this happened to. I hate that guy. I can't stand that guy. I would never want to see something like this happen, right? Or it could be any one of these left-wing lunatics. I don't want to see that happen to people. But you know what? The Party of Joy did. Here's this Karen Piper. She tweets this out about James Woods. James Woods' house burning down. It's karma calling. That's the Party of Joy, celebrating the fact that this guy just lost everything, right? That's who the Party of Joy is, the Party of Love. One of the guys, and I'll tell you what, this Steve Guttenberg, the actor from Police Academy, 3 Men and a Baby, legendary actor. This guy was out there trying to help because these people were leaving their cars on the street and they had no way to move them. You've seen the one where they had bulldozers coming in and trying to bulldoze the cars out of the way. So one of these younger guys that's doing camera work out there reporting, he runs into Steve Guttenberg, doesn't know who he is, and I thought it was. And I'm telling you this much: I don't know. I don't know what Steve Guttenberg's political leanings are. And to be honest with you, I don't care. I did an awesome interview with Steve Guttenberg maybe about 5 months ago. Okay. He wrote a book about how his father was dying and how he was taking care of his dad. I did the interview on First Class Fatherhood. What an amazing guy this dude is. He got a huge heart, and I really, really like the guy. And obviously, he's a legendary actor. So here was this exchange that went on with this reporter.
What if I could just make, here on Palisades Drive, if anybody has a car and they leave their car, leave the keys in the car, right, so that we can move your car, so that these fire trucks can get up Palisades Drive. Yeah. What's happening is people take their keys with them as if they're in a parking lot. This is not a parking lot. Yeah. We really need people to move their cars. So if you leave your car in Palisades Drive, leave the key in there so a guy like me can move your cars and get them up there so that these fire trucks can get up there. It's really, really important.
Thank you for talking to us live, sir. What's your name?
My name is Steve Guttenberg.
Steve, do you live in this area?
I live in the area. I live right up the hill, and thank goodness everybody back. But I have friends up there right now. Yeah. And they can't evacuate because it's stuck on Palisades Drive.
Yeah, and you're an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor.
Okay, now
So-
you look familiar. You look familiar to me now.
Yeah.
So, sir, do you have family up there? I was just talking to that gentleman. He has a mom who's stuck up in the hills.
Yeah, there are people stuck up there. So we're trying to clear Palisade Drive, and I'm walking up there as far as I can, moving cars. But people don't take their keys with them as if it's a parking lot.
And it's crazy how, to think there's a young guy there has no idea who Steve Guttenberg is. And isn't it ironic? Are we just not going to mention the fact here that Sergeant Mahoney is out here parking cars, right? What do you think of when Mahoney is out here parking cars, right?
It fits! Damn thing fits! I thought there were no more spaces. Am I an idiot or what?
That was the go-to thing, right? But again, I think Steve Guttenberg is a stand-up guy. He's trying to help people out, and it's just utter chaos that's happening over there in California that continues to happen. And so many people don't even know exactly what they lost. They've evacuated the home. Some people haven't been back yet. The whole thing is a mess, and it's a nightmare, and it's all been mismanaged by the Democrats. Donald Trump put these people on blast, saying that, hey, you could do this for the forestation. You could do this for the water supply. He was mocked at. He was laughed. And Gavin Newsom knew better than everybody else. And Gavin Newsom failed the people of California. There's no question about it. You can't have a Democrat president, Democrat governor, Democrat mayor, and a lesbian fire chief and then blame Donald Trump. It doesn't work that way.